In this beginner's pastel lesson, I'm going to show you my top tips for creating vibrant, colourful subjects with pastel pencils. Okay, so now I'm going to actually paint in the dark blacks of the butterfly, and in all honesty I should have done this before I started the background. It doesn't really make a lot of difference. I'm using gouache paint. It's watered down slightly. The reason I'm doing it, if you watch my bee demonstration or some of my others, more recently I'm putting in the blacks like this, especially if I'm on something like white paper. It allows me to keep the blacks visible, because sometimes pastel when I'm blending will actually go over the edges, and I use it if I want to keep a clean black, a very dark black, like I do on these butterflies' wings. And it is much easier to get that pure black when you've got a black under drawing, under painting such as this. Now the reason I'm using gouache is because it dries perfectly matte, so it looks just like pastel and there's no reflection to it, and the pastel will adhere or sit on the surface of that very easily. So I've zoomed right in now so you can see me actually drawing in one of these more punchy coloured areas of the butterfly with the purples, the blues, reds and yellows. If I want a very subtle colour and the pencil I've got is too vibrant, I can put some white down first, and that's what I just did. I just put a little fine layer of white down, and then when I'm putting this purple on top, as I said, these Giocondas can be very vibrant, then it's not as punchy a colour. And I can obviously put white on top of it as well. And in this tutorial you'll also see that I use the white to actually blend and to push colours together. Sometimes areas are too small for your fingers. You want a very subtle blend and perhaps also lighten it a small amount, and that's when a very gentle touch with a white pencil will really create that smooth transition. And I'm using a light pressure here because these pencils are really intense, lots of pigment in them. And going over the top with a small amount of that purple, just making those colours up, layering the colours. And then I'm coming back in now with the white, and you'll see how I'll use it very gently, as I said, to blend these together. Now those colours are in place, I'm going to come in with this super punchy red, using a bit harder pressure now because I want to deposit quite a lot of the pigment. And now it's really apparent just how vibrant these Kuino Gioconda pastels are. The edge is a bit more softer, so I'm just dabbing the pencil on there. Remember, these are only the underlayers. I'll come back in with lots more detail later on. And on the edge is a small amount of yellow, just a few dots here and there. And once I've got the base colour down, I can assess the colours that I've got on there. And I thought this top area needed to be a bit more blue, so I'm just floating colour, just gently touching here and there to increase the blue, and now I'm starting on the purple as well. And that's the process I'm going to continue to use pretty much over the whole of the butterfly. So if I've got these tiny dots that I can see actually on the reference, that's when I'll just be doing the dotty dabby motion of the pencil. So now I'm happy with that area. I'm going to come back in and work on the edge of the butterfly, on the edge of the wing, and I'll also add some of the darker colours there as well. And those dark colours on the edge, that's what's really going to separate and bring the drawing forward, the butterfly's wings forward from the background. Working sharp and hard against soft. So this is the moment I've personally been waiting for with this drawing, to take the most vibrant Gioconda red and try to get the vibrancy of the red in this peacock butterfly's wing. As I said, a lot of pastel pencils won't have the vibrancy to be able to tackle this subject, and most of the time when I'm doing wildlife I want subtle colours as well, but for something like this, or florals, flowers, you really want and need those punchy colours just to do it some justice. And you can see so far that this red is really performing excellent. That white paper underneath is helping to create that freshness, that vibrancy. I'm not struggling against the paper at all. And of course with PastelMat I can freely add quite a lot of pastel because I know it'll take even more. Once again, where I want the yellow to show through, putting that down first, because it's easier for me to get the black on top. I know the black will sit on top of the yellow, so I'm not worried about leaving small spaces at all. And it doesn't have to be black anyway. Just lightening the colour with some white. So obviously with 48 pencils I haven't got everything, you know, a massive amount of range. 48 is a good number to have, but as you know, if you use coloured pencils or pastel pencils, you can never have too many of a colour. Now with this red area on the bottom wing, I don't want to muddy it too much. It is still quite a vibrant colour, so I want to get a lot of that red in there, and then I'll influence that with some of the browns and brown greens, rather than just putting in a brown and trying to float or layer the red on top. I think I'll get a better effect doing it this way. Sometimes much easier to subdue a colour than to make a colour richer. Now to get this speckledy look, I think I could have gone in with this dark browny black and tried to lay the yellow on, but as I said earlier, it's easier to subdue a colour than to make it richer. So I've got the yellow underneath, the yellow orange, and I'm just coming in with this dark colour, and I'm allowing some of the yellow orange to show through. I can always come back in then and put other colours on top, but it'd be very difficult to get the dots of tiny bits of yellow actually on top of a very dark underdrawing. Hopefully you found this video of use. I've got a full video on Patreon if you're interested in seeing more of it. Don't forget to subscribe. I've got hundreds of hours of videos on YouTube. I don't want you to lose me and never find me again. If you want to get to the next stage, at the end of this video I'm going to talk to you about my art channel. If you're struggling to draw animals or to improve your art, I can share with you the techniques I've learned over 25 years so you can avoid frustration and trial and error and start to enjoy drawing and creating straight away. Hi, my name is Jason Morgan. I'm a professional artist and I would love to be your guide on your unique art journey. I've fallen in love with pastels and I'm sure you will too. There's really no other medium that has the vibrancy and colour intensity and the ability to put light over dark. That's an absolute game changer for the animal artist. Now on my channel you get immediate access to hundreds of hours of lessons and demonstrations, and you go completely at your own pace. There is absolutely no rushing in my art channel and lessons. Think of it like a video library. You pick the video you like, something that really takes your fancy, and you take as long as you want to complete it. Or alternatively, you can watch my videos, learn the techniques and apply them to the subjects that really inspire you. And you also get new reference photos each month. They're copyright free. You can use them in your art, sell your art, no worries whatsoever. Many of my artists came to me with little to no art ability whatsoever, and they're truly amazed with what they're now creating. You could be doing that as well. Now don't think age is a problem. You're really never too old to start learning and enjoying art, and many of my students are 40, 50, 60, 70, even 80 years of age. Now my channel is about much more than lessons and techniques. You also get access to my secret private Facebook group, and that's full of members that's literally grown up with my channel. They're super supportive and kind. They come from all over the world. So if you've got any questions, you can rest assured there's going to be someone there really quick with a solution to your problems. Now with my channel, you're not tied into any contract. You can literally come and go as you please. You can go up tiers, you can go down tiers, whatever you want. And there's a tier and a price to suit literally any pocket. Now I've been doing art lessons for many years, and I really pride myself on trying to create the absolute best lessons and demonstrations I possibly can. I really hope to see you there soon so you can start your art journey, and I can't wait to see what you can achieve.